Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I'm going to talk to you about social media, and in particular, what the thinking needs to be around your social media. Because for most people, they're either confused with social or they've outsourced it to somebody else who really doesn't quite grasp what social media is there to do and how it's actually going to help you get new clients. Because in essence, that's why you use social media. You don't need new friends. You don't need new followers. That's an ego thing. What you actually want is for people to be able to go, I really love what you do. I think you can help me. Can I please be your client? Like, that's the end outcome of why we use social media. So let's dive into, well, in fact, before we dive into it, if this is the first time you're listening to us, welcome. So great to be able to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We come to you every single week on YouTube, Referral Marketing Guru, across your favorite podcast platform. And if you just search for Referral Marketing Guru on social media, you'll find us there too. And every week it's about how to help your business get more clients, to be able to grow through strategic partnerships, through referrals, through the way you nurture prospects, just the way you run your business, and hopefully be a little bit thought-provoking and get you going, I really didn't think about it that way. Maybe I could tweak a few things or change a few things. So let's dive into today. I would probably go that 95, probably even higher than that, 96, 97% of people I speak to outsource social media to people who actually have got no clue on what they're doing or how they're doing it. And they're outsourcing it because they themselves don't really understand what to do or how to do it. And unfortunately, this person's come along, or this organization's come along and said, we'll make posts and we'll put up this and we'll make your thing look really pretty. And that sounds like a dream compared to what they've got going on right now. But the only problem is, it's not. It's a waste of time, effort, and money. And that's what I want you to now be able to start thinking about, so you can go back to these people and you can say, hey, this is the strategy, or this is the plan that I need my social media to be able to follow. So if we start with, why are you on social media? You're not on there to make new friends. You're not on there to make new connections. You're on there to hopefully get new clients. That's the end outcome, isn't it? Pretty simple. So if we work backwards and we go, okay, I'm on there to get clients, what's then the next thing that needs to come back from there? Okay, for someone to say, I want you to be able to help me. Well, they need to be able to resonate with you. So that's get to know you, get to like you, get to trust you. They need to understand your solution. And they need to have, I suppose, confidence that what you do is going to work for them. Okay, perfect. So end outcome is the clients. So if I take a step back, I call that sort of bubble being able to resonate, show solution, and bond with them. So let's take a step back from there. What needs to happen for those things to happen? Exposure. Okay. So when we look at it, I actually go, what's the most important thing that I should be doing on my social media? And now when I ask that question, the majority of people will say is to post, is to be able to put up content. Because the more content I put up, the more people will look at what I'm doing, and therefore they'll go, that person can help me. The simple fact is that's wrong. Okay? The more content you put up does not mean that that person is actually going to get, all of a sudden it's going to click and they're going to go, they've got the solution that I've got. Okay? So putting up tips and putting up tricks and putting up insights and putting up quotes, and it's all lovely. And more importantly, that's what social media marketing people get away with, but it's not going to get you clients. If I think, in that circle, end circle was get clients. The circle before was resonate, show solution, and be able to build a bond with that person. How does that actually happen? See, it doesn't happen through content. It happens through conversation. That means you've got to be able to talk to the person. So if we go, okay, so that second last circle is about conversation. And then we take a step back and we go, okay, well, how do we get into the conversation? Well, there's a couple of ways to get into the conversation. You need to post on social questions. I've got this great blah, blah, blah. Would you like a copy? There's a question. I'm thinking about doing this. Would you like to join us? There's a question. So rather than posting content that tells, asking questions is far more powerful. Being able to share insights, both personal and business, is far more powerful. Being able to share your own lessons is far more powerful. So I think the first part of my strategy that I talk to our guys about is get away from just simply being able to tell your audience, friends, followers, connections, whatever platform you're on, get away from telling as if I'm the expert and I'm telling you. You've got to get away from that to more so sharing and involving. How do I make my social platforms share and involve? Because they're the two things that have got to happen. From there, we can get into conversations with the people that are around us. So when you think about, okay, so what actually should my strategy on social be? Well, yes, I need to be seen. And you want to be seen as regularly as possible. So if that means sort of 3-4 times a week, up to 5, 6, 7 times a week, brilliant. But again, for most people, when they think about that, what am I going to put there? So they put, I suppose, boring stuff. That's what I classify. It's useful, but it's boring. Because someone reads it and they go, oh, yeah, that's nice. And unfortunately, with AI and ChatGPT and all those other places, it becomes really boring when I can simply just go into my ChatGPT app and simply say, create me the 3 tips around social media. And it'll write me a thing. And someone will read it and they, oh, yeah, that's nice. And then they'll get on with the rest of the day. Well, that hasn't helped me to be able to get into a conversation with them. And that's what we want. So I think about my socials like this. It comes to, what exposure can I put up? So I don't call it as content, or I don't call it as posting. What exposure can I put up? And from that first circle, what exposure can I put up that is either going to deepen my bond, it's going to share an insight, it's going to deepen our relationship trust, it's going to allow me to be able to get into a conversation with that person. So that becomes the second circle. So you can start to see it becomes quite strategic in what you're trying to do. Everything you put up should be about, how do I create a conversation with the people around me? Because when you get into a conversation, that's when you can, do you have a problem? Is it a problem that I can help with? You can go deeper into what you do and how you do it for them to understand it better. No one can understand it by what you're posting. They've got their own maps of the world. They've got their own experiences. They've got their own ways of looking at it. I can just guarantee that it's not how you expect it to be. Okay? But when you get in a conversation with someone and then you can invite them, hey, not sure if it would be helpful. Would you like to jump on Zoom, and I'm happy to be able to share with you how we do this. And you share how you do that. And you can say, I'm not sure if doing that for you would be something that's a priority or something that would help your life, business, whatever it happens to be. Okay? We don't get into enough conversations because we don't focus on our socials in terms of getting into conversations. We focus on getting seen. Okay, so the big thing, you've got to be able to start changing when you think of your social strategy. And if it's you doing it, if it's someone else doing it, you've got to help lead them. It is about, how do I get exposure that will create conversations, not how do I get exposure to simply tell and get seen. Big difference. So writing articles, writing white papers, writing blogs. They belong on websites. They don't belong on socials. Socials is about, when you think about people on socials, or you just think about people socially, okay, what keeps people around the barbecue? What keeps people entertained? Listening to stories, listening to other people's view of the world, listening to other people's lessons. So see your social as that. See your social as a group of people around the barbecue. And how are you going to interact with them? Hopefully you wouldn't come up and just simply read off a sheet of paper that gives them a tip or gives them the 3 whatevers to do in this. Because it's like, no. They wouldn't be interested in that. And nor are they, even though they're through a computer screen. So I think that's a great way to be able to think about what you're actually putting up with your socials. Socials is not about content. Socials is about creating conversations. So when you think about the exposure pieces that you're going to put up and you're going to get, you have to be able to think and ask yourself, how is this going to help me create a conversation with people? And if you can't see how you're going to do it, simply don't put it up. It's that simple. And when you think about socials, or when you run your strategy around your socials around that, conversations equals opportunities. Opportunities equals more clients. It's really that simple. Big takeaway that I hopefully is going to sink through. There are lots of ways to be able to start conversations with people. One of the easiest is just simply asking. Okay? One of the easiest is, after you share an insight, getting their thoughts. And that just simply, I'd love to understand your viewpoint on this, or I'd love to understand your thinking of this, or I'd love to be able to hear how you would have dealt with this, whatever it happens to be. But it's about involving other people, not just telling people. Social media, social, means interaction. Doesn't mean you at the front preaching. And I think if you have that way of thinking, it becomes really powerful in being able to get a lot more from your social media. As always, would love to be able to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Whether you're on your favorite podcast platform, shoot me an email at support@michaelgriffiths.com.au. If you're on our social media, you can just comment straight below. If you're on our YouTube channel, you can comment straight below. And if you haven't, but you are looking at how to be able to get more clients into your business through referrals, through strategic partners, through your wider networks, make sure you check out our upcoming masterclass. www.michaelgriffiths.com.au/masterclass. The link is also in the description below. It changes every single month, but I know it's a great one for you to be able to come along to if you are looking right now at how do I get more clients, grow my business without having to spend a whole bunch of money on paid ads. Okay, guys, having a brilliant week. Look forward to chatting to you real soon. And until next time, make sure you keep making the impact that your business was put on the planet to do. Take care, all. I'll see you real soon.